All right, Knights of Apollo, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing well, and are you ready for another glorious Rome 2 Siege battle? This one is going to be a close one. It's an exciting one, so get your siege pants on. We're jumping in. So this is a 4 versus 3. Barbarians attack Romans, mostly. So the defenders, the 3 defenders, there's a catch. It's not just 3 standard armies. The Roman player is a commander with a small but elite force. So he's going to be ordering around his allies here, which are factions. You probably don't recognize them. They're factions from the Rise of the Republic DLC, which I believe are slightly weaker than the Grand Campaign. So that's another thing. They do have the advantage of defense. They've got a really strong defensive city, which they're going to have to use strategically to try to win it. They're going to try to win. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So get your snacks, drinks, get ready to jump in. I do want to say we're getting so close to 1 million. We have less than 5,000 to go, like 4,850 or something like that. So while we watch the infantry advance on the settlement, I do want to say I am giving away a Gondorian, oh wait, hold on. What's going on over here? Look at this. There's a little bit of a fight going on here. Hold the phone. So Levy Freeman from the Arverni, I think they set up a little ambush there because the attackers were thinking about sallying out, but they get completely caught by surprise. Good job by Arverni. Look at that. I think he has a little ram there. I don't know what exactly is happening, but there's some fighting going on. So anyways, as I was saying, we're giving away a Gondor helmet. So one lucky winner. All you have to do is be subscribed. And people ask me this all the time. Does it matter if I subscribe now or I'm an old subscriber? It doesn't matter. And you might be thinking, oh, what are the chances I'm going to win that 1 out of a million? Because I will give it away at the 1 million mark. No, it's much higher than that because a lot of my subscribers are not active. So there's a good, like, probably 1 in 10,000, much better odds. So yeah, definitely subscribe. I do appreciate it, guys. We're getting closer and closer. I also want to say that this replay was sent in by Tharshey. Tharshey's leading the Romans here. So he also has a YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. Link down in the video description. So, all right, let's jump back into this battle where it looked like there was going to be a sally out, but they got him by surprise. And now we have some, some Celtic warriors burning down the gate and making this a potential option for them to charge. I don't think they will. They need more than 2 men over here to break through this gate and actually do anything, but it could be a delayed attack. They could try to attack this side later on in the battle. So we got the Boii that are about to clash here with the defenders. I completely forgot to look at the factions that are present here today. We've got, again, Boii. We'll look at the attackers. We've got Suebi, Nervii, and Arverni. Those are your barbarian factions that are already storming the streets of the settlement. The defenders taking a more of a bend but don't break strategy. And then looking at the defenders, and guys, please forgive me. I'm going to butcher these names because I never see these factions. There's a Celtic faction here. They're called Insobrez, I think is how it's pronounced. Again, forgive me for I have sinned and I'm mispronouncing these. And then I'm probably going to butcher this even worse. This faction right here, which is like an Italian-esque faction. They've got these cool, like, little brass knuckle type weapons, and they're currently charging Boii. It's Lolei, L-O-L-E-I. So I think, or is it I-O-L? I don't know. Iolai? I don't know. But they're pretty cool. Again, from a Rise of the Republic, they're already duking it out here with these Celtic warriors. They're going to probably push them back, but for how long? And of course, the last player is the Roman player. Again, he's allowed half an army, and no archers, but he's allowed to, bring some elites. So he's basically spamming Praetorians, which is going to be quite the task. So for the rules for the attackers, 10 skirmishers total, 1 artillery max, and chevrons allowed. Pretty straightforward. And then rules for the defenders. Roman command only allowed half an army, 4 skirmishers per player. None for Roman command army, which I mentioned before. 1 artillery max chevrons allowed, no deployables allowed. So those are it. And look at the cycle charges coming in here. Now these guys, if I'm not mistaken, have really good charge potential. Really good charge potential. So, oh, great supporting flank here by Bowie. Yeah, they desperately need to get some more infantry in there. Try to plug that up a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Keep them at bay. And then there's a massive fight going on here. Once again, cycle charging. This is choppy as F. Yeah, it's really laggy. There's a lot of moving pieces right now. I'm sure that's typical Total War for you. That is Total War. You can't do nothing about it. But yeah, they're cycling in and out. This is really good because they have such good charge bonus. Yeah, they have a 35 charge bonus, which I think is pretty good. If we look at the Celtic warriors, they have a charge bonus of 25. So it's 10 less, and it really does look like it's working out. Accompanied with the arrow towers, which have been neutralized, but they were firing earlier. And there you have it, guys. Beautiful fight right here. Here comes, once again, a cycle charge, trying to finish up these Celtic warriors because they are on the verge of breaking. Now let's check out over here. We've got the streets being defended. This is the longsword warriors. So they're taking on Swaby, the Bloodsworn. Bloodsworn versus Longsword. And they're cycling sort of troops in and out, it looks like, maybe. They're just sending up reinforcements. Here comes another clash. Nervii. Nervii's is they're sending in some units here. They want to get some blood on their blades. And there's also a little bit of a fight over here as well. Arverni with Nervii duking it out with some longsword warriors. And I think the same thing over here. I think they're trying to keep this arrow tower active to support their infantry as they fight in the streets. Now, surprise, surprise, the enemy, Arverni, or the attackers, I should say, are attacking the gate. And Rome has dedicated 2 units. Look at it with all these chevrons. You can tell by all the mini flags. All the chevrons on these Praetorian Guard, there's not a chance in hell that they are going to fight through these Praetorians unless they get some sort of support. But it's keeping the Romans busy there. But I don't know if it's worth it trying to push on this gate. I think you got to wait until the rest of the forces break through over here. Then you push in. That way you're not too far away from help if you need it. But yeah, this is a... If we can zoom out, we can look at the tactical view. You can see the exact locations where the defenders are holding. And they've got some archer support. This is a good positioning with the archers trying to get the flanks, I assume. Maybe go for the enemy slingers that are trying to get some shots there. But yeah, they're going to hold at these exact locations for a while. Now, the thing is here, if they break through here, they could cut through this street and get behind, but I have a feeling that they would just fall back if they tried to do that. Like, these guys are already falling back as we speak. This is the longsword and young swords. Here comes a nice clash here of the Bloodsworn, who have a 33 charge bonus. That's actually pretty good. The charge bonus of these longswords, not as good, but still solid, 30. A beautiful clash of barbarians. So fun stuff there, and they are breaking the Bloodsworn. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought they had a pretty good initiation there. Initiation? They initiated the fight. You know what I'm talking about. I think they had a good charge there, but no, that's not enough. There is archers in the back that are supporting them. The Highland Hunters already have 47 kills. Archers are going to be big here because I think they're outnumbered in terms of archers because they're only allowed 4 per player, so they have a total of 8. So yeah, they're outnumbered by 2. So the attackers have 10 archers. That could be a big issue later on in this battle. Let's zoom back over here, where we mostly just have a fight between Bowie Eye and the Lolly Ioli or something. I don't know how to say it. I'm just gonna say the Brass Knuckle Boys. No, but seriously, this is a very tense fight going on here at the gate. I love these like cowhide leather shields. They're actually quite beautiful. Pretty basic in design. I don't know, it's almost like the whoever was in charge of this faction, they're like, just full leather brown shields. I mean, maybe historically that's right. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but yeah. They're all equipped with the same shield. Leather, wrap it around some wood, shield. Leather being very strong. So, nice little support by the archers. We got some Sardi archers here. This is the general, actually. Look at these little horns. Isn't this cute? Little horns on their little leather hats. Look at that. So they're doing some damage to Bowie Eye. They're definitely making them bleed. Over here, Swaby is starting to be a little bit of a problem. Now charging in with the Sword Masters. The Sword Masters. So I think we've got a mass retreat from the defenders. Yeah, and even Rome is having to throw in some troops here. Oh, this is Cav, Praetorian Cav. Then we have some Praetorians here. They got to fall back. Everybody's got to fall back because if they leave their units up there, they're going to get flanked. So they need to get out of their stat. Now, this is where things get a little more difficult for the attackers because it's a choke point kind of environment. You got 1, 2. That's it. Oh, dude. There's only 2 attack positions. And then when you get past that, there's only 2 on this side. So that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. But it's still very doable considering, look at the balance of power. It is greatly in favor of the attackers. They just got to get hyper aggressive at this stage because I think if you get a quick breakthrough, you could probably cut off a lot of these units. But Rome is coming over to the center here. This is the Praetorian Cav. Looks like they were looking for a charge, but they didn't really get to see it there, so they're going to fall back and go to the safety of their infantry, I assume. But yeah, good play by Swaby. So I think this is where, archers are going to be huge. Also, like, they need to quickly try to break through here. The only issue, you see these archers here? What's going to happen is if they run down this way to try to flank these Romans, the archers are going to quickly run on the walls and fire at their backs. It's going to be disaster. So you might just... This is why I said I think Arverni should have delayed their attack over here. I think they could still break through, especially with these Oathsworn with a lot of chevrons. I think they can definitely fight through this. But Arverni is going crazy. Look at this. He's got column formation. The archers are firing at these guys. I think this unit just... Oh, wait. No. I thought this unit was just going to be a speed... Oh, now they're going back. What are they doing? I guess they're there. I wouldn't charge them in. I'd just keep them there. Just there to keep the Romans at bay while you flank around. So good stuff there. They're going to get these Gallic Elder Swordsmen. Respect your elders. You can't be doing that. So they clean that force up, and they can quickly start pushing over to this side. They got to work together as a team here. And now, as I was saying earlier, archers are going to be a big play here. They're going to be very important to this approach because you could get archers in a lot of different angles to weaken the defenders, try to get, sword side, try to, get some kills and chip away at the infantry while you constantly cycle charge into these choke points. These archers are letting loose their arrows. This might be a good idea. 71 kills, and this one has 155. They're definitely racking up some kills. They look kind of cool, too. Very rustic. Very rustic. Now we have a huge charge. What the heck? Huge charge by some Elder Swordsmen. Why? I don't know, but I guess they were trying to get that charge bonus. How much do the Elder Swords... Oh, they have a 30 charge bonus. Not bad for the Elders. Not bad. And now Swaby is... Oh, yeah, knocking on the flank over here. It's a weak unit of 30 Swordmasters. So, yeah, they break instantly. Or wait, no, they don't. Why did I... It said that they were breaking. Okay, doesn't matter. They need to aggressively push here. Like, aggressively. Like, these guys should have been here yesterday. Because you can cut them off. Look at Bowie-Eye. Yeah, Bowie-Eye's doing it. Bowie-Eye's getting aggressive. This is a tragic loss. You can't be losing archers like this. I don't know how much ammo they had left, but still, that is a tragic loss. And then we have more swordsmen. They're just cutting them down. And we've got the general and a unit of archers, noble archers, falling back. And dang, guys, I mean, yeah, what the heck? That faction out. Wait, whoa, what is this? Whoa! Totally unexpected. They've got hidden units of swords. I wonder if they had Vanguard and they could spawn outside their deployment range. They come out. I don't know if this is worth it, though. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. But, yeah, they're going to protect their slingers. This is going to be just fine. I'd take these slingers, spread them out, and focus down their archers over there because that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But, heck, yeah, look at that. Now we got the Bowie-Eye General. I think this plays in favor of Bowie-Eye. These archers might be a little bit of a problem. They got to focus them. There we go. Wow, they are like a heat-seeking missile right now to these slingers. They just completely ignored the infantry, the Oathsworn that were going after them, and just continued to pursue the Celtic slingers. So the slingers, unfortunately, are going to have to keep running, which is going to keep these archers alive. Oh, no. Now the infantry is breaking through over here, and oh, get these slingers out of here. So what turned into a pretty manageable situation has turned into a nightmare for Bowie-Eye, as they need to get their slingers out of this fight. Get more infantry up here. You know, it's not the end of the world. They're going to recover, but still, they probably could have saved a couple men there if they were a little bit more on top of it. But they've defeated this unit of infantry. I'm sure they're going to be defeating this one soon. And what do we have here? We've got, wow, what a bold push by the Elder Swordsman. Almost 300 kills. Wow. But even still, look at the bounce power. It looks awful. It looks awful. So they're going to do their best here. Same thing over here. I don't know why he got so aggressive, but he did. And it's working. I guess they made it kind of appear. And they're still fighting over on this side, but Arverni does not want to lose their general to this. But these guys are, let's say, 425 kills, and this one has 350. See, looking at the Arverni, Oathsworn 93, that's not bad. Oathsworn 36, they're still pretty healthy. This one's at 105. It's not bad because, remember, they were mostly fighting Praetorians, which are insanely strong. Insanely strong. Oh, nice! See, this is why, like, I don't think it was the wisest thing to be so aggressive with these Elder Swordsmen, because there's too much ground to try to protect all the flanks. So Nervii did a good move there with the Spear Brothers, and they got behind these troops. They got to just quickly move in and crunch these guys. And once they clean up these guys, they can go in and help against, you know, Rome over there. Now we've got more units coming out. Whoa. Victorian Cab charging some club levy. That's gonna sting. Yeah, that one stings a little bit. They're gonna get up though. They're not completely dead. But that was a good charge there. This unit has almost 100 kills. And they have cleaned up one of the Elder Swords. Now, this one has 145. They're breaking, so I think they officially have claimed this territory. Still fighting over here, which is ridiculous. Good stand by the defenders. Well, this is turning into a bloodbath. You can see all the bodies here, which is good for my frame rate. Appreciate you guys dying. The virtual soldiers dying. I do appreciate that. Smoothing out the video. But look at this. Boei just absolutely... It's mostly Boei troops getting butt kicked, but they've got attrition on their side. So they can now start pushing, and this is going to be a challenging push. Really challenging. You're going to need these slingers, and I would try to position them maybe here. And you can try to get a... Well, that's going to be... Yeah, that's sword side. So, yeah, I would do that. I would try to get them here, and it's not the greatest angle, but you got to make do with what you got. And now the archers are going berserk. Berserk, guys. Just got some troops on the wall here, and they're just letting loose. Letting loose their arrows, and you got to focus down their arrows. I think that's the play. They're currently focusing down infantry, which is not terrible, but I just feel like at the end of the day, you want to try to silence their archers because they could be a problem. I cannot believe they're still fighting these elders here. 259 kills, and they might even survive. This unit's breaking. This is Oath Sworn. Ugh. Send in more help. Get these guys out of here. The Elder Swordsmen are insanely strong. Nervii looks like they're kind of running out of troops. Nervii needs to... I think they're afraid of turning their back on these archers. Get this unit... Well, I get it, but like eventually... Oh, look at... They're going to break through the Romans here. They have broken through, so it doesn't matter. You don't need the flank anyways. I mean, it would have been nice if you could get in there a little bit sooner. But, yeah, they have pushed back the Romans, and they can finally get some Oathsworn support up to the front line. So that's the thing, guys, about this battle, where if you ever heavily outnumber the enemy, get aggressive with your infantry and try to cut down units that are retreating and everything like that. Don't just kind of sit there and pace yourself. You've got, again, if you have the advantage, if you've got the extra troops and the money and everything, be aggressive. Try to get through cracks and crevices, get through flanking points, and try to get behind the enemy. Because if you can flank a unit, that's devastating for a defensive army that is much smaller than yours. But they're going to have to fight through the Praetorian Guard. On top of that, they're going to have to deal with these arrow towers. And now we've got Boei closing in. Boei. David Boei. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? All you can do is have a grind fest. That's it. I mean, maybe if they have some artillery, they could destroy. Can you even destroy these walls? I don't know. But this is going to be this is the next test for the attackers. Gonna be absolutely brutal. But if they can break through these Praetorians, they're gonna have another fresh set of Praetorians at the secondary or the final defense, which isn't too bad. So if they can just get through this, I mean, the defenders are down to nothing already. I mean, this is right now a one-sided battle, but this is certainly the moment of truth where the Praetorians can turn this around. That club levy being the first ones to charge in. Romans hold against a Barbarian Horde. Well, I might call the video that or something. Romans hold against Barbarian Horde. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. For the Praetorians, man, they look so sexy. It's just like, this is probably the sexiest looking infantry in the game. Look at that. They're fighting it out. So this is where we need to see some cycle charging. Because already, let's see. Well, these guys, how many kills? 156. This one has 176. 182. Thought I saw a unit with like 200 kills. These Praetorians are just getting started. Though they are starting to lose some men fairly quickly. And we do have a... Is this a Praetorian over here? Oh, yeah, the Praetorians. And I guess they're going to try to use their Pila? But I think that's going to be a little too far. You know what? They're just taking cover. They're just taking cover against the Nervii archers. But I think they're afraid of these archers. And honestly, they're out of ammo. These guys are out of ammo. And he's wasting his shots on them. And they're behind cover. That's tragic. Stop firing at him. He should be like angling his archers like here. I guess you got to look out for the javies up here, but try to angle it so you can get some side hits on these Praetorians. You got to get archers firing at these guys. You have to. My question is, what kind of archer... Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, it's a giant ballista, and they're out of ammo. They got 0 kills. It might have been a good idea to bring a Scorpion. I think that's what... I think I would have done that. They did a great job of bringing a ton of towers. So you don't really need a ballista. Just bring a Scorpion. You could walk it up the gate, and then you could just fire beautiful darts into this defense. But the Praetorians, you know, they're strong. They're putting up a lot of kills. One has 130. This one has 155. But they are starting to lose troops. Still over 100, though. Still very challenging. Very challenging. And yeah, they're going to cycle charge. That's smart by the attackers. They're going to cycle charge, keep the general fresh, keep the general nearby. And what do we have here? This is a general cav unit, noble horseman, one of the defenders. That's something to look out for. You know, Cav's not going to have a huge presence, but if they do lose on one of these flanks, the Cav can kind of run out here and run down these archers, which would be devastating. So here we go. Bowie using some skirmishers, slingers to be exact. It's good to see that. I don't think they're really getting that great of hits. You can see it's only 7 kills, yeah. Celtic slingers, greatest hits. Not that great. Not that great. Not that great. Only 7, so. Oathsworn, though, they're pretty feisty. Oathsworn, that's a tough competition for the Praetorian Guard. They're doing decent. They're doing decent over here, but I feel like Bowie is starting to run out of troops, too. It's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be tough. Nervii is still fairly healthy. Swaby, still fairly, like, relatively speaking. But ooh, Bowie is now moving over the archers. I think he might be... Well, I think what Bowie needs to do here is just keep them honest, keep them busy, keep your units here, but attack slowly because you're not going to break through. With what you currently have, they're not breaking through. And that might be why the general's boosting these guys, because if they can crush this force, they can send out their cav and get some good flanks. Now, Swaby over here, what are they doing? What do we got here? Berserkers. Oh, baby. Are these guys hidden? I don't think they're hidden, but maybe Rome doesn't see these guys, but this is going to be a major problem. Oh, baby, here they go. The Berserker charge. This is going to be fun. And here comes Arverni again, cycle charging, doing everything they can. They've got units. I think they had skirmish ability. They're trying to skirmish. Bowie sent over Well, no, he changed his mind. He sent the archers back. And they're slinging. What a wasted shot. Why can't you sit them here and sling? Maybe they can't fire. Maybe he tried. I don't want to assume. Because you know what happens when you assume. Great fight between these elite units. But the Praetorians do not budge. Oh, there we go. Going for the cav. Excellent. Great. Focusing on this unit. They're very good. Very good. Get them down to 50 men. That sucks. What are they doing with this cav, though? Why is he up here? I think he's trying to capture this tower or something. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to... Maybe this is part of the plan. He's like, hey, whatever. Shoot my cav. I'm not going to use them again. Oh, there we go. He's trying to activate the... But still, this is... I don't know. Kind of crazy.
Advance!
I would have used infantry for that.
Quick march!
So we'll see if that cav survives. The berserkers are coming this way. 4 units of berserkers. Some... What happened? How did some already die? This one's like at half strength almost. 0 kills. What the heck? Maybe a cav charge? I don't know. Back over this way. Arverni's struggling to break through these Praetorians, but the Praetorians, they still have 60. Both have 60 men. Exactly. This one has 215 and this one has 209. They're pretty much doing exactly the same in terms of performance. Here comes another cycle charge. Good job cycling out the troops. I'd love to see that because the Praetorians don't have the luxury of doing that. They don't have enough reinforcements to do that. The Berserkers are not going in. They're falling back. They're like, you know what? I don't feel like a Berserker no more. I wanna go home. No, I don't know what they're doing. Why are they going so far back? Oh, it's these archers that moved up. I think he's worried about the archers. They still have ammo too. Well, that's good. You're keeping those berserkers at bay. And what's going on? Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. That's not terrible. It's the best you're gonna get with this situation. And if you can get, not really getting any kills. Well, they're getting some. They're getting some. Oh, were they charging up? Uh-oh, cav might be coming. Uh-oh. What are you... Ah, the infantry. Oh, no. What a play by Rome. Left their archers just thinking that they would not charge out. Oh, my gosh. We've got a massive push here. We've got cav from everyone and everywhere coming out. They're going to crush these slingers. That's a huge win for Rome. And they can kill the general. They got the general right where they want him. And they got the arrow towers still up and functioning. Once they kill these archers, they can take the general and hammer and anvil. That general is dead. You got to get the berserkers up there. And that, sure enough, he's going up there. They're taking archer fire. It really sucks, but it is what it is. You got to get these men up there fighting. Here comes another cav charge. They're really trying to focus down the weakest link. These berserkers got to kill them. Wow, they broke those berserkers. Not a good display of berserker use here. Wow, good job by the Praetorian cav charge. And let's see. Okay, the general's not going to cycle charge the Boii general. He's going to just push in and try to help kill the berserkers. It's going to be a tough fight. Oh, and Swaby has sent in their noble riders to try to cut off some of the cav so they can't get behind their allies. So this is turning out to be quite the struggle. We got Swaby sending over infantry reinforcemements. That might save the Celtic, the Boii general. That might just save them. But they dealt with those berserkers. They're still berserkers, but they dealt with them pretty well. Pretty dang well. Now we got the general. He's going to hit the other side of the Bowie Eye archers and then probably try to get out of there. This cav will not die. They're down to 20. 151 kills. Crazy talk. They're trying to get this general. They might just get him. Oh, yeah, he's getting torn up. He's getting torn up in this struggle. Awesome fight. Awesome fight. So, yeah, this is good move by Swaby. A shout out to the Swaby player because he saw that all unravel and he sent forces over as quick as possible. Over here. Oh, they broke through, guys. Whoa, they broke through, and I think Rome was so focused on his little small push out that he did not see these Praetorians caught on the walls. This might be disaster for the defenders. All right, Rome's calling it quits. They're falling back. Great job. Look, great job by both sides. I think that was a well-executed cav charge for Rome. I think they did a pretty good job. I think they just stayed a little too long. I think they should have fallen back a little sooner. I don't blame them. They were probably licking their lips, licking their chaps. And now the Praetorians are out of position, but this might actually work. Well, no, he's going to block. Let's see, is he going to try to get this cap? Wow, he's charging downhill. I don't know. General's bodyguard, they're down to 19 men. They're charging downhill like a bunch of fiends. And now, uh-oh. Hammer and anvil. Dang it, guys. Yeah, well, there's still... I'm curious. How can this still go on for 6 minutes? I think they got him there, but this was insanely... It's not over yet. Let me just be clear. These are Praetorians we're talking about. Does it help that they've been flanked? No, it doesn't. But they're still going to put up a great fight. And they might still... Well, we'll see. The Berserkers is the biggest concern. Oh, those are Club Levy. Berserkers, Club Levy. I mean, they're both elite. So Praetorians are getting, unfortunately, cut down. They got 232 kills. This one is at 110. I'm not seeing any defenders over here. Swaby's here. How can that be? Over on this side, these Praetorians need to hurry up and try to get back to the main defense there. What do we have up here? Are you serious? Look at this. We've got an archer unit that's just been waiting for their moment. I think, well, they might get the general, dude. They might get the general. That's sneaky. All right, so they got a little ace up their sleeve, a little trick there. I don't know if that's going to be enough to win the battle, but if they can kill this general, that's huge. No, they're gonna escape. But this archer unit up here, that's cheeky. I don't know when they sent it up here, but that's definitely going to help them out. That's definitely going to help them out. I know it's like, well, it's just one archer, but guys, think about it. I mean, how many kills does it have? 76. Wait, and then there's Praetorians still fighting over there. Hold on, what's happening? Wait, no, this is the same unit. Okay, they're breaking. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They're breaking. This is the last infantry. They're trying to clean this up. They can... break them, break them, break them. Come on, break them! Now run! No, wait. I thought they would go this way. Okay, call me crazy, but can they still win this? They've got one unit over here. These are archers, but I bet they can hold their own in battle. They have 348 kills. They're resting up. I think they're going to let them take this, and now the archers are letting loose. What are they focusing on? Oh, the general. They're trying to kill the serpent's head. They're trying to kill the serpent's head. Cut off the serpent's head. See if the general makes his stand. Yes, he will, but he's not going to countercharge. Down to 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And we'll see. I mean, these Praetorians, never underestimate them. And they're going to be fighting Berserkers soon. So hopefully they can beat these Nervii. And then this has been taken over by the Berserkers. So it's going to be firing at the Praetorians. Nice. Yeah, you got to flank around. Wow, you didn't get the flank? Flank around the Praetorians. Flank around them. You got to. Okay, here we go. Oh, they broke the general. And their archers are just firing wildly into this blob. Oh, they're doing some damage. They're doing some damage. They have yet to capture the center, guys. They have yet to, so they're going back to probably get around the Praetorians. Oh, and the Praetorians have broken some units there. They're down to 42 men. 243 kills. Yeah, I don't see them winning this. But dang, guys, if they had like one more Praetorian, I think they could have won this. Forget a Praetorian. If they had one more infantry, they just unfortunately were not ready for that collapse there. And they just didn't have... Oh! Massive break by Swaby. And now the archers are trying to kill this general who's in shield wall facing the archers, but these archers are very good, apparently. 305 kills. Are they out of ammo? No, they're not. Guys, can they pull this off? No way. No freaking way. No, okay, they killed the Praetorians. All right, I think they got it. I mean, I think the Swaby general is dead. But what I see here, there's just too much. And I think these archers are out of ammo now. The camera's acting weird, guys. Yeah, they're out. Okay, so they were so close. Forget about another infantry. If they just had another archer unit, I think they could have won. But they're going to win by capturing. So that was a great fight, guys. Really, I mean, look how close it was. Look how close. It's down. I mean, Swaby's on the verge of breaking. Nervii has a handful of troops. Arverni has one. This Oathsworn, it's their general. But that's all they needed. And they got the job done. I wish these guys could somehow jump down or something. That would be crazy. Then maybe he could win it. I probably not. Even if this unit could get over there in time, which I don't think they are. So we're going to go and fast forward. Because I think we're going to just wait for the timer. Or they might just admit defeat. So that was exciting. That was really cool. I mean, the pivotal moment of the battle was right here when it looked really promising for the Romans to charge out like that. I just think he should have had a reserve. I don't think he was paying attention with the troops on the wall. Should have gotten them. That one troop here that got stuck out on the wall, if you retreated them, if you fell back and held this inner part, I think they might have been able to win. That's how close it was. All they needed was a solid defensive position. So, great fight. Great battle. Thank you to all the players that participated in this and making this a reality. Really good job by Bowie here. Getting 2,323 kills. He went heavy with infantry. Heavy with infantry. Then we got Nervii. They did pretty solid. Then that Weasel going as Swaby. And then finally a King of Old. And then Tharshey, of course, playing as Rome. Fantastic. I mean, he did all he could. Crazy Carl. And then we got Apex. So those are the kills, guys. That's going to be it for the battle. This was a lot of fun. Again, don't forget to subscribe. We're getting so close, so I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.